All right. I want to start off by giving all praises to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakal Kadash, Shanya Kabah, Gawala Rakab, Zakwayim Now, Ba'aith, Wa, Shalom, Wa Barakim, Labakarim, Shaya Sha'ala. That's all praise, glory, and honor be upon the Most High, in the name of the Son, in the name of the Holy Spirit. Double honors be upon the elders and apostles of GMS, and peace and blessings be upon the elect of Israel. Now, what inspired me to make this video that I'm about to make, is basically I had a conversation with one of these demons, and basically they think it's far-fetched that we're going to be lifted off of the face of America to be saved. Adawan Ratazah, me and the Akim watching this video, and me and the Akim pushing this word, we be a part of the elect. The Most High is actually gonna ascend us off of the face of this earth, man. Now they think that's far-fetched. They think that that's not gonna happen, because they say, oh, because you speak about thermonuclear destruction, and they're like, how are you gonna be saved from that? Because they think their escape route is going to another country, not knowing that those other countries are going to be destroyed too, man. But the matter of the fact is that the Most High is going to bring death and destruction upon this land. Salakia. He's going to bring death and destruction upon this land, and Adawan Ratazah, the 1/3 and the 144,000 are gonna actually be ascended off of this earth, man, into those chariots to be saved, to watch the coming destruction. Now, man, it's where to start. Okay, I just start with Jeremiah the 16th chapter. Okay, now this is Jeremiah chapter 16, verse 14. It says, therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Most High, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua Ba'ashem Rakal Kadash, that it shall no more be said, the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt, but the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north, and from all lands whither he had driven them, and I will bring them again into their land that I gave unto their fathers. Right now, when you look up the word brought up in the 15th verse, in the Hebrew, it's Ilah. It's Ilah. When the word Ilah literally means to ascend or to be brought up, or it means to excel or to go up or come up. So literally, we're gonna be Adawan Ratazah. We're gonna ascend into the heavens, man. We don't need an escape route to go to Russia or China or East Africa or West Africa or North Africa, man. Our faith lies within the Most High saving us and getting us off this land before thermonuclear fire hits it, man. And see, that's the thing. That's so far-fetched in Christianity, because they believe that they're already saved, and that things like that, things of that nature, won't happen to them. It's so far-fetched to them because they don't understand the concept of, or they don't fully understand what the day of the Lord actually looks like, or the depiction of the day of the Lord, man, because they're caught up in the rapture. Everybody's just gonna disappear, opposed to the chariots coming to save them, man. So and that even states it too, that in the land of the north, what is this called, North America, we're gonna be saved. The Lord is actually gonna bring us up off of this land, man, as it's being destroyed, as the thermonuclear fire is hitting it. Adawan Ratazah be part of the elect. So that's the point on that scripture. Now I wanted to go to 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, verse 17. It says, and this is how this is talking about the men, women, and children that are actually here, that are gonna be saved. See, look, it says 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, verse 17. Then I think I should. Let's see. Okay, well, just keep in mind that this is talking about the day of the Lord, or the day of Yahweh, the return of Yahweh Shai. This 1 Thessalonians chapter 4 verse 17, it says, then which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air, and so shall we ever be with the Lord. Wherefore comfort one another with these words. See, that's the thing, man. If it was just, you know, oh, you get raptured into heaven and it's just and that's just done with, man, there's no comfort in that. You know, the reason why there's no comfort is because you got to understand that this place, this land that with this very land that we're on right now is wicked, man. And if this land isn't destroyed, then that means that those spirits are still accessible to you know, to reincarnate and to keep coming back into flesh. And then it will be back in the same predicament, man. So what's going to happen is this land's going to be destroyed, let alone with the people in it, those that aren't a part of the elect. And the men, women, and children that had the faith in the Most High, that truly believed, that understood, you know, the true essence of the scriptures, Salakia, the true essence of the scriptures, they're gonna be caught up, you know, and it's gonna be a beautiful and glorious sight, man. You know, it's gonna be. You know, the Lord actually taking your soul, you dropping this wicked flesh, because the scriptures tell you that, you know, for corruption must put on incorruption, and that's exactly what we're gonna have to do, you know, because this flesh can't inherit the kingdom of heaven. We're gonna have to put on that new flesh, you know. Let's see real quick. I know where it's at. 2 Corinthians chapter 4. No. Okay, yeah, this is 1 Corinthians chapter 15 verse 53. It says, for this corruptible must put on incorruption, and this mortal must put on immortality. Right? And that's essentially what's gonna happen when we're making that transition to the chariots. Our immortal, which is this flesh, you know, this wicked flesh, is gonna you know, drop to the ground, and our spirits are gonna go up to the chariots, man. Adawan Ratazah. And we're gonna inherit righteousness, you know. So back to 1 Thessalonians chapter 4 verse 17, it says, then which are alive and remain shall be caught up, because you have some men that is actually gonna die being martyrs, you know, thus spoke about earlier in the scriptures, or in this chapter. You know, you're gonna have some men that actually die, that are still gonna be able to witness the destruction of America, you know. But it says, then we which are alive, because there's gonna be some men that are actually gonna you know, prolong through through the whole entire trial, you know. Because you have some men that are going to get their heads cut off. You're going to have some men that are going to be tortured to death. You're going to have some men that are going to just be faithful unto death, you know, up until before the coming of Yahweh Shai. You know, not every elect's destiny is the same, you know. So it says, then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds. Right. So the men that died faithfully, we're gonna the men that are still on the earth, or still on the face of America, and other you know, and other countries, are gonna be brought up to meet the men that died faithfully, you know, in the chariots. And hence I said the word caught up or brought up, because that's the way that we're gonna be delivered, opposed to you know, opposed to us, because you had this one Jake that basically said we're gonna make a pilgrimage to Israel to be saved. Man, the philosophies, when you don't have the 100% truth, the philosophies that spew out of the wicked's mouth is honestly incomprehensible, man. Because that it doesn't make any sense that we're gonna make a pilgrimage to Israel as Israel's being destroyed. The Lord's going to bring us off of this land. That's our safe haven, man. Our faith lies within us being caught up into the chariots. Nothing else, man. And if you don't believe that, then you're going to die here. You know? Our faith lies within solely in being caught up and brought up into those chariots, man. That's what we're banking on. And that's exactly why we push this word. Because we're looking for that reward. So, you know, just to wrap it all up, it says, then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air. See, in the air, and so shall we ever be with the Lord. See, so those men aren't going to taste that thermonuclear destruction, you know. So I covered that. And you know what, let me just grab this last precept. This Romans chapter 11, verse 12. It says, and they heard a great voice from heaven saying, that was Yahushai, saying unto them, come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them. In the same hour was a great earthquake, and the 10th part of the city fell in the earthquake. In the earthquake were slain of men 7,000, and the raiment were affrighted, and gave glory to the Most High of heaven. But the point was in verse 12 where it says, come up hither, and they ascended up into heaven. Now we know heaven is what in Hebrew? Shemayim. Shah meaning pertaining to, Mayim meaning waters. So we're going to be caught up into that Shemayim to meet Yahweh, Shai, and the angels, man, and the other you know, elect, Lord's will. It says, and their enemies beheld them. Right. So as the elect is being brought up, you're gonna have the enemies, which is Esau, Edom, and the other heathen nations, and 2/3 of the nation of Israel. They're gonna still be on America being destroyed. You know, but that was honestly the point. The point is that we don't need an escape route. Our escape route lies within Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua Ba'Shem Kadash. We're not going to try to travel to another country or go the distance of going somewhere else while America's being destroyed, or try to get a jet plane or a jet airplane, or however you want to put it, to be in the air while the thermonuclear missiles is hitting America. It's not going to work out that way, man. You're not going to, if you were made to be destroyed in thermonuclear fire, you're going to be destroyed in thermonuclear fire. Well, you know, I'm going to just grab that. You know, I'll end with this. Adawan Ratazai, if it be the Lord's will. You know, this is Jeremiah chapter 15, verse 2. It says, and it shall come to pass, if they say unto thee, whither shall we go forth? Then thou shalt say to them, thus saith the Lord, such as are to death, such as are for death to death, and such as are for the sword to the sword, and such as are for the famine to the famine, and such as are to the captivity, as are for the captivity to the captivity. So you have, if your lot was to die in that thermonuclear fire, you're gonna die in that thermonuclear fire without an escape route. If your lot was to be saved and you're part of one of the 144,000 or elect, or 1/3 of the nation of Israel, you know, you're gonna be caught up in those clouds and saved from that destruction. You know, we don't have to have another escape route. And that's essentially what having faith is. Having faith is knowing that what the Most High said is real, and what he said is true, and he's not a man that he should lie. So he's going to come through if you have faith in him, man. So with that, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua Ba'Shem Kadash, Shem Yikabah Gawala Rakaz, Akoyim Now Ba'aith, Wa Shalom Barakim, Al Bukhari Shal Yashar Allah. Shalom.